Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Spiritual Spa. Yes, we are here to put our feet up, to get some good relaxation, to share some time together. How has your summer been going? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that the summer is almost gone? Yes, yes, yes. Deep bow to all my spiritual warriors that are joining us tonight, and deep bow to everybody that is here. It says tap to unmute sound. I don't know what sound I'm unmuting, but hey, I want everybody. Hey, Brooklyn, how you doing? Greetings, Georgia. Good evening to everybody. Chicagoland and Bolton, UK, and Manitoba, Canada. And who have I got a deep bow from the Honor Tribe cohort and Wisdom, Columbia, Ohio. Good evening, Hanover, Pennsylvania. Everybody's here. You know, this is the place that we come just to kind of step out of the world and to do some inner work. Yeah. And just like in any spa, oh, everybody's coming in. Come on, Tallahassee. Come on, New York City. Come on, Montgomery, Boston, Florida's in the house. Dallas is in the house. Delaware's in the house. Hey, Philly, San Diego, Minneapolis. Yes, deep box. Somebody should put deep box. Yes, that's okay. Texas is in the house. Buffalo, Indiana, Massachusetts. It's freezing. Where's it freezing? Somebody's freezing somewhere. I can't imagine where. St. Louis, Miami, Dubai. Hello, Dubai. What time of the morning is it where you are? Trinidad is in the house. New Mexico and North Carolina. Deep bow to everybody. Your have met me. I've met you, New Jersey. I met you, Long Island, and Vegas. Deep bow to you. Fearlessness Tribe is in the house. Kansas City is in the house. Yes, Austin. I'm just letting everybody load in so that we can get started. St. Martin. God, do I love St. Martin. I do love St. Martin. Colorado is in the house. Be More. Courage. Tribe number 12 is in the house. Georgetown, Guyana. Yes, the Cayman Islands. I'm telling you, we are here this evening. We've got some good work to do. I hope you have your pencil and some paper so you can take some notes. Austin, Accountability Tribe. Barbados is in the house. The Trust Tribe is in the house. If you haven't taken the Spiritual Warrior program, you want to get on it, particularly when we look at what's going on in the world today. You want to build up your inner resources so that we'll be able to move through what is going on here. Okay, San Francisco in the house, the Courage Tribe. Arizona's in the house. Yeah, Integrity 2 is in the house. So if you haven't done the Spiritual Warrior program, it's going to start up again in the fall. So you want to get on the waiting list. This one will be self-study, but I will be with you for the first 2 classes, and then you have the 6 weeks to do it on your own because I'm going on to Spirit Level 2 with my other warriors. So you're going to have to do this on your own, but it's beautiful. It's an absolute divine opportunity. I'll let the warriors tell you about it, okay? The class of 2020 will tell you about it. So you can do that. There's a link right down at the bottom of the page so that you can put your name on the waiting list and start getting your materials ready so that you can start with the program when we start. Probably around the first week in October, okay? Because we got to get ourselves together. I hope that Courage Cohort number 12, yes, Elias, Jean, and Viola, Atlanta is in the house. I keep buffering. That's on y'all because I've got a powerful connection tonight. It ain't on me tonight. If y'all can't hear me, get me. If I'm freezing, that's on you, okay? Because I got all of that technical stuff. Oh, Puerto Rico, ¿cómo está? How are you in the house? Okay. I have no sound. If you can hear me, just let me know because we're getting ready to undress and do our meditation. So let me know if you can hear me. Somebody said I'm frozen. That's not me. That's on you. I got 5 bars and I'm humming. Okay. I don't see anything. Where y'all at that y'all don't see nothing? Okay. I can see and hear you. Okay, good. No tech demons tonight. I'm looking at a strong signal and I'm broadcasting out into the world. So as with any spa, when you go to the spa, you know you have to get undressed. And for that means centering in and getting still. And we are going to do that now, okay? So we want to begin with the breath. Come on, take a breath with me. Yeah, you may have to stop typing for a moment, but let's start. It won't be long, about 3 to 5 minutes, just so that we can get undressed and begin our lesson for the evening, okay? I want you to take a breath and just connect with your breath. Notice your inhale and your exhale. Notice it. Nothing to do, just notice it. We got a beautiful teaching that we're going to work with tonight. So we want to get in and get centered and get grounded. All right. Just be aware of your breath right now. And I want you to bring your awareness. I invite you to bring your awareness to wherever your body is touching the chair or the floor or the couch or wherever it is that you're sitting. Bring your awareness right there. If your feet are on the floor, bring your awareness to your feet. If your butt is in a chair, bring your awareness to your butt. If you've got shoes on, bring your awareness to what it feels like to have your feet in the shoes and your shoes on the ground. Become aware of what it feels like to have your thighs, your buttocks on the chair, the sofa. Notice what it feels like. Is it hard? Is it soft? Now bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice what is up against your back. Is it the back of the chair, the sofa? Are you sitting straight? Are you hunched? Just be aware. Notice what it feels like. Is it hard? Is it soft? Is it supporting you? Now bring your awareness back to your breath. I want you to bring your awareness to your belly or your chest and notice if you can feel your breath as you inhale and exhale. Notice if you feel it in your chest or your belly. Which one is rising, which is falling, your chest or your belly as you breathe. Just be aware, nothing to do. Bring your awareness to your back again. Is it straight? Is it hunched? Is it supported? Is the chair or the sofa you're in soft or hard? Bring your awareness to your feet. If they're in shoes and if the shoes or the feet are on the ground, just be aware. Now bring your awareness to your hands. That would mean you'd have to stop typing. Bring your awareness to your hands. And just for a moment, notice each finger. Can you feel your fingers? Are they tight? Are they tense? Are they loose? Fingers on your right hand. Fingers on your left hand. Just notice. Can you feel them? And again, bring your awareness to your breath and where you feel it. Your belly, your chest, or your lungs and your ribs expanding. Now bring your awareness as you inhale. Can you feel the breath as it enters your nose? Can you feel it as it leaves your nose? Just be aware. Can you feel it as the breath crosses your upper lip? Just be aware. Awareness of your back, your chest or belly rising and falling, your fingers in the palms of your hand, your feet in the shoes or feet on the floor, your buttocks on the chair, your thighs. Just be aware. And now relax. Relax into this moment. For the fullness of good, of life, of God, Creator, Source is in this moment. So breathe. Just breathe. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Yeah. So I don't know what is going on out there. Lots of problems, but I'm moving forward and know that we will send you the replay tape, which will probably be playing just fine. Okay. Because I want to talk tonight about how you tell your story. Fact versus fiction versus truth. How you tell your story. And when I say your story, I'm talking about your life story. And it's important for us to understand that with all of the hoopla and wahala that's going on in the world, how you are telling your story about your life, how you are telling your story about how you're living, how you are telling your story about what you're going through really, really is important right now, because everything is coming at us and people want us to just pick up what it is that they're giving us. It ain't safe to vote by mail. Apart. My father wasn't there. My mother died. My grandmother raised me. I lived in poverty. I had a great life. That's fact. What happened? No explanation, no embellishment, just what happened. Some of us tell our story like that. How'd you grow up? I grew up okay. Okay? Or some of us tell our story as fiction. How we perceive this, what happened, how we experienced what happened, and how we interpret what happened. And usually the fiction that we make up is a function of how we experienced it, okay? That leads to fiction, because how you interpret or perceive an experience may have absolutely nothing to do with what was really going on. Fact or fictions, then there's truth. Truth is the value, the purpose, the meaning that we get out of an experience that will help us grow or learn or heal. All right? Grow or learn or heal. So, how do you tell your story? Because if you tell your story automatically, chances are you got ants in your mind. Automatic negative thoughts. And we want to tell our story in a way that exterminates the ants. Now, what is an ant, Iyanla? It's an automatic negative thought. And it relates to how you tell your story. You either tell what you saw, what you heard, or what you were told to think and feel about what you saw and heard. And very often that will generate a stream of negative thoughts that can lead to depression, anxiety, and stress. Okay? How you tell your story. And sometimes we have to identify the ant in order to exterminate it. So we want to do that. I want to support you in identifying your ant. So this is your life story. Take a look at that. I know that looks a little yucky. with all of the ants all over it. But how you tell your life story is a reflection of how you think about what you experience. And that photo right there gives you an idea. It's either, really slow moving and or it's fast or it's disgusting or it was hard. How you tell your story, okay? Yeah, somebody said, I don't always know the truth. I'm not sure why y'all are frozen, because I'm not frozen. Everything is frozen. Okay? Yes, I can hear her on broadcast. All right. So take a look at that. You're so busy being frozen till you can't see. All right? How you tell your story. So how you think about what you've experienced. All right? Let's look at the next slide. The next slide means that every time we tell a story, whether it's fact, fiction, or truth, think of it as an ant. Why ants? Because ants multiply very quickly. Ants move very quickly, okay? So think of this. This is one thought. You saw the hand with the many thoughts. This is one thought about how you think, all right? This could be fact, this could be fiction, this could be truth. But that one thought will unite with other thoughts. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Because common thoughts all join up together. And a new thought will have to find its way among the common thoughts. So if you're thinking all of the facts, some fiction will have to find its way in. Or if you're thinking in fiction, fact will have to find its way in. Or if you're thinking in truth, fact and fiction. And as you can see from the diagram, all that new thought coming in, it's going to have to find its way into thoughts that are already there. Okay? Let's take a look at this. This is an ant. I want to lay out the different kinds of ants or automatic negative thoughts that we have that will grow together and determine whether our story is fact or fiction or truth. The first ant, all or nothing thinking. People do this all the time, where everything is entirely good or entirely bad. There's no in between, okay? If you liked it or if it was pleasant, it was a good thought. If you didn't like it or it was unpleasant, it was a bad thought. And you don't look at the truth of what you could grow, learn, or heal as a result of the experience. And you can tell if this is one of your ants when you hear yourself saying, I'm always, they're always. For example, I'm always late. I can never have. They never do. All or nothing thinking is an ant. And the way to exterminate that ant is to really look at how you can talk in broader terms. I always aim to be on time, and sometimes I succeed, as opposed to I'm always late. Okay? All or nothing thinking. Who does that? If that's yours, just say woo, woo. All right? Here's another ant that goes along with all or nothing thinking. Always or never thinking. That means a single event, a single experience becomes the pattern and the expectation for everything. I can't tell you how many people have said to me, I'm always there for them and they're never there for me. I'm always there for somebody. I'm always helping and nobody. Always and never thinking is an ant. It's an automatic negative thought that will pop up and it will turn the truth of your life story into fact or fiction. Okay? Always and never thinking. That's an ant. Mind reading is an ant. Mind reading is when you believe or you assume you know what people are thinking. And you will go with that thought without even asking them. And usually what you think they think is something bad, okay? Or when you draw conclusions and assumptions about what people are thinking without asking them. And again, it's usually bad. Oh, they think, oh, I knew you would think. I knew you would do. I knew. Who does mind reading? Just say whoop, whoop if you do mind reading without asking for clarity or information, okay? Ant, gotta be exterminated. Fortune telling. This is another ant where you predict what will happen usually from a negative or an unpleasant, that ain't gonna work. That's not, nothing I try ever works. Or you predict what someone will or won't do based on your mind reading capabilities. Fortune telling is another ant, and this is particularly dangerous when we understand the law of cause and effect, meaning mind is cause. Everything begins in mind. So if you are fortune telling, predicting something negative, that's what you're going to get. And then you get to be right about how bad and how wrong, how unpleasant things are. Fortune telling is an ant. If you do that, say whoop, whoop. Okay. Yeah. Fact versus fiction. Here's another one. Huge here. Magnification or minimization. People who take little things, minor problems and events, and exaggerate them into big, dramatic productions, or they trivialize the importance of major events, of hurtful experiences. Oh, they always do that to me. I don't care no more. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you should. Magnifying minor events, turning them into dramatic productions, or trivializing major events, major hurts, major things that happen to you. That's an ant. And these ants, these are killer ants. You really got to exterminate that one, okay? Another way, personalizing, where you make everything personal. Everything is about you. Everything somebody does, everything that goes wrong, everything that's not working, it's about you. And sometimes it don't have nothing to do with you. Somebody else's messed up life may not have nothing to do with you. Somebody coming off bad or flipping off at the mouth or acting bad. Oh, I must have did something wrong. Why do you think you had to do something wrong? Why can't they just be having a bad day? Huh? Personalizing, making everything about you. It's an ant. If you do that, woo, woo, because we're going to exterminate them. Here's another one, huge ant. This is one of them wood ants that'll eat up everything. This ant right here, focusing on the negative. The glass is always half empty. You only see what's wrong or bad or unpleasant. That is a bad ant right there. It will eat up everything. You know, wood ants, they can tear a whole house down. All right? Focusing on the negative. And sometimes that happens because we don't think that we have really good things to focus on. All right? Whoop, whoop. If you're a negaholic. Here's another ant, emotional reasoning, where you base everything based on how you feel and assume that if you have a negative feeling, it's the reality for everybody in the moment. I cannot tell you how many people have said, well, they should have known that I would feel. How are they supposed to know that? They should have known that this would. How would they know that? Emotional reasoning means basing what you feel as the parameter or the foundation that everybody else is moving from, and judging everybody and everything based on how you think and how you feel. Emotional reasoning, when you get a negative feeling and you think everybody else has the same feeling. Okay? Woo, woo, that's it. Comparing yourself to others, measuring yourself and your experience against what others think, do, and have. Oh my God, listen to me. Comparing yourself to others is an act of violence against yourself. Comparing yourself to others is an act of violence against yourself. And particularly when you make your thoughts, your feelings, and your accomplishments inferior to others based on how you compare yourself to them. I should be. They have and I don't. It's an ant. And it must be exterminated. I'm going to tell you how. Whoop, whoop, if you're a comparaholic, okay? Labeling and fault finding. This is another huge one that people do all the time. Attaching negative labels to yourself. I'm this, I'm that, I'm fat. And you know what I tell people sometimes, my students? I say, okay, if you believe that, the next time you meet somebody, walk up to them and say, hi, my name is overweight. Hi, my name is I can't find a good man. Hi, my name is I failed at another diet. Just walk up to people and announce it as opposed to labeling yourself and labeling others. And the thing about labels is that they're always difficult to remove. And sometimes you change, people change, situations change, but because you put a label on it, you cannot see it any differently. Fault finding, where everything is somebody else's fault. And very often, fault finding is related to always and never thinking. Somebody has done something, they always do that. That's what the problem is. That's the problem with them. They always do such and such and so on. Labeling and fault finding. Yeah, sounds like I have an anthill. I know. Somebody said, I live on an anthill, okay? Labeling and fault finding. Here's another big one. Buckle up, buttercup, because here we go. Blaming. Making other people responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. They did so and so, so now I feel such and such. That I thought they would do. No. Blaming. Listen, this will disempower you. This will disempower you. You have to take full, total responsibility for every thought, every feeling, every action. My spiritual warriors know this. You know this. I don't care what it was. Even if your daddy wasn't there, or your mama wasn't there, or they beat you, or they hit you in the head with a piece of steak, whatever it is, don't blame them. Take control of your mind. I am totally responsible for every aspect of my mind, my life, my being. Blaming is an ant. Blaming is an ant. Okay? You want to know? And there's one that isn't on here. Let me talk about it for a moment. Reacting. Somebody does something, so you have to do something. Somebody says something, you have to say something. Because they said it, you got reactivity is an ant. And reactivity will cause you to do some things that you will be ashamed of and you will regret. Okay? How do you exterminate these ants? Because we've got to start exterminating our ants. Those automatic negative thoughts. And we all have them. Listen, I have an automatic negative thought that if my phone rings after midnight, something has happened to one of my kids. They are grown people. Sometimes it's just somebody on the West Coast calling me. It's midnight where I'm at, but it's 9 p.m. there and they forgot. All right. Automatic negative thoughts. All right. So here's your extermination process. Please write it down. The first thing, beloveds, the first thing is you've got to start identifying what you do, when you do it, and how you do it. Start identifying what you do when somebody triggers you. Because some people trigger up your ants. You know, just like if you spill something sweet, how the ants come and they crawl all over it. Okay. Some people trigger up your ants and they just send you into an automatic negative thought process. So you have to take responsibility for start identifying what you do. If you have to go back through this tape tomorrow and start identifying, okay, when do I blame? When do I label? Is that all or nothing thinking? Is that positive, negative thinking? You have to go back and look and start identifying what you do, but also when you do it. Do you do it when you haven't rested well? Do you do it when you're overcommitted? Do you do it when you're around certain people? Do you do it when you're not eating right? Do you do it when you haven't carved out enough self-time? Okay? What triggers your ants? Who triggers your ants? What do you do? When you do it? How do you do it? Because some of us, we're sneaky little ants, okay? We don't necessarily speak out loud, but we have it going on in our mind. How do you do it? Then, once you identify the ant or the ants or the ant hill, You got to start noticing what feelings are associated with it. How does thinking that thought, how does giving birth to that ant make you feel? How does it make you feel? Because sometimes you'll get the feeling first and then think the thought. So it's about us slowing down and becoming more mindful with what is going on, because we're so focused on the outside right now and with what's coming down the pike, beloveds, we've got to get clear about what's going on the inside. Once you identify the thought, once you identify the feeling, don't engage it. Simply say, oh, I'm doing it again. Oh, there's an ant. Oh, I'm in that process. Okay? Just don't engage it. Because what happens with ants, if I could run back through, I would show you how one comes, then another one comes, and another one comes. Rarely do you see one ant by itself. You usually see them all swarming around together, and it's the same thing with our thoughts, okay? Don't engage the thought. You can simply identify it, say, oh, I'm doing it again, stop, okay? You can release it. I'm going to give you the breath work to release it. And you have to wash, rinse, and repeat. You have to do that over and over and over until the ant knows it's no longer welcome. One of the reasons ants stay in our mind is because we welcome them, we feed them, we leave treats out for them to nibble on, okay? Once you start doing it over and over, say, oh, I'm doing it, let me stop. Oh, there's an ant, let me stop. Don't follow the ant down into the hole. See it, identify it, get in touch with the feeling. We just did that. Become aware, feet on the floor, feet in shoes, butt in chair, back straight, hands, fingers, breath in, out. You can do that. You can become that aware that quickly, okay? And you wash, you rinse, you repeat. That means do it again. Wash, repeat. Oh, there's an ant. There's another one. You'll be exterminating all day long. But let me give you this clearing breath, okay? I want to give you this clearing breath. And if you've been on the antiviral message, you know this breath, okay? So I identify an ant. All or nothing thinking. I'm choosing to release all or nothing thinking. I'm releasing it now. What was that, 3 seconds? Let me give it to you again. Once you identify the ant, all or nothing thinking, I'm blaming, I'm fault finding, I'm labeling. You inhale, I'm choosing to release blaming. And as you inhale, move your head over to your right shoulder. What you're doing is cutting all the energy meridians in your life, in your energy field, okay? There's an ant. I'm blaming. I'm choosing to release blaming. I'm releasing blaming now. Exhale all the way to the left. Again, I'm choosing to release labeling. You can think the thought. I have to speak it so you'll know what it is, okay? Inhale, I'm choosing to release labeling. Exhale, I'm releasing labeling now. Back to center. How long does that take you? Let's count it out. I'm choosing to release all or nothing thinking. I'm releasing all or nothing thinking now. All right? That is how you will exterminate. But the real lesson here, beloveds, is not the breathing it is becoming aware and conscious and mindful of your thoughts and your feelings. That is the power. Slowing down enough. Taking the time. Becoming aware. As opposed to focusing outward. This is the time the corona taught us, go in. Go in. Shelter in. Yeah? And that's what the SWIT program was all about. And that's what this is all about. I'm choosing to release fault finding. I'm releasing fault finding now. And you may have to do that 15, 20, 50 times a day. Nobody will know what you're doing. Because the thought is up here, all right? Comparison thinking. focusing on the negative, personalizing, maximizing little things, minimizing big things, predicting what people will and won't do, telling their fortune, reading their mind. All of these are ants, automatic negative thoughts that will derail your life. We want to get away from it. We want to start focusing on the inside. We want to start doing our spa work all of the time. Yeah? Marie, are you leaving me? Is that why you're running through the PowerPoint? You want me to take the screen and I'm going to answer some questions? Is that what we're going to do? Okay. Going to YouTube, it's playing fine there. Okay. All right. Remember, ants are automatic negative thoughts. We all have them. We all have them. And what we want to do is start telling our life story in a way that eliminates ants. You know, how many times have you said, I grew up so hard and my parents wasn't there and boo, 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 boo. In that story, there's some fact, there's some fiction, and there's some truth. You want to get to the truth because the truth is everything happened the way it needed to happen. And the facts are just, we grew up poor. That was it. That's a fact. And as a result of that, maybe some truth came out of it, which is, so I've learned to appreciate money, or I've learned to honor money, or I've learned to be smart with my money, okay? As opposed to, we grew up so poor and I had holes in my shoes and all the kids were teasing me in camp and I didn't even get to go to camp. You don't understand how poor. Embellishing it based on the ants. So a good thing you might want to do is really sit with yourself and your notebook. I have my notebook right here, okay? All right, I have my journal and all my things that I write. And just really go back through how you tell your story and look at where the ants are. You can do it on a day-to-day basis in your life, but also look at how do you tell your life story and where are the ants? And start eliminating those ants from your life story. Remember that we saw that hand with all those ants moving around, and the familiar ants will join up with each other, okay? Go back and look at how you tell how you grew up. Let's say you got a divorce. Go back and look at how you tell a story of your marriage and eliminate the ants so you can get to the truth. Go back and look at maybe a relationship that broke down. Look at how you telling the story, identify the ants, the blaming, the comparison, all the negative thinking, and eliminate those ants from that story so you can get to the truth. Can you hear me? And also, parents, be mindful of the ants that we put on our children. They always, you never, can't you ever, you blaming them, labeling them. No. Start eliminating them, okay? So that the truth can come, so that you can learn from your experiences. I have learned some powerful things from some of my worst experiences, okay? From how I grew up, to losing my daughter, to the end of my marriage, to filing bankruptcy. I had to go in and identify the ants. Where was I blaming? Where was I comparing? Where was I fortune telling? How much of the negative stuff that I experienced had I predicted with my own thoughts and speaking? I've spoken into existence because the law of cause and effect says that everything begins in mind. And if it's in your mind and if you hold it, it must manifest. It will manifest. Okay. Let me take some questions before we go. Here we go. Ooh, 41 votes. This is from, I think this is Lisa Wagner. I have trouble getting out of the past, dwelling on things I could have done differently. That's an ant. That's an ant. All or nothing. positive and negative. Yeah. It really keeps me out of the present moment. And of course, all of my past negative thinking is on negative events. Why? Because the brain has a negativity bias. The brain will remember the negative more than it will remember the positive, because more pistons of the brain fire off, and the negative stuff sends so many endorphins and chemicals into our body. That's why. Any suggestions? Find the ants. Find the ants and use that breath. Every time a thought of the past comes up, don't even worry about naming it. I choose to release this thought. I am releasing it now. I'm releasing this thought and every experience attached to it, and I'm releasing it now. You know, when we do this spiritual work, when we do this mind work, when we do this work, it's just like when you have surgery. You know, when you have surgery, they cut you, you got to go into the recovery room. And then you come out of the recovery room, you have to go home and you have to rest for a while, and the scar is still there. And eventually it heals. So we have to do the same thing with our mind and with our heart. So Lisa, do the work. Identify the ants. How many ants are in the dwellings that you do? Find where you're comparing. Find where you're doing, where you did predictions or fortune telling. Find where you've labeled. Find it in your thinking, and then eliminate them, release them. And as they come up, remember, don't engage it. So you say, I spent a lot of time delving in the past. When that thought comes up, oh, I'm in the past, let me stop it. Don't engage it, don't investigate it, don't follow it down the hole, okay? My question is, how can you distinguish between intuition and fear? Now, those two things ain't even related. First of all, yeah, fear works from the neck up. Usually fear comes in the form of a thought. And intuition comes in the sense of knowing. You feel it in your body. The question here is not intuition and fear. The question here is trust and doubt. Okay, how's that? When do we know, not we, I, when do I know when to face the fear so I can learn a lesson and make a step toward a greater self, and when to follow my inner voice, especially if it's protecting me? Trial and error. If you have a daily spiritual practice, your inner voice is clear. I know when Iyanla is speaking. I know when the queen is speaking. I know when the little girl is speaking. I know when God is speaking. I know when my higher self is speaking. Why? Because I have a daily spiritual practice. And the sheep know the voice of the shepherd. If you, oh Lord, my eyelashes got stuck on my eyeglasses. That was quite frightening. You know, so that's what you have to do, beloved. You have to build that muscle of understanding. I know when something, I can smell it, I can feel it. I don't have to think about it. If you're thinking about it, you're in fear, and the question then becomes doubt and trust. Okay? I hope that works for you. Let me see. That was, I think, I don't know who that was. I can't tell. Yes, let me go to the next one. My question is, how do I learn myself, and how do I learn how to love myself after years of mental and ant? That's an ant. That's an ant. Years of mental and physical abuse. That's an ant. Let that go. Okay? You're labeling. You're labeling. I've got lipstick all over my face. Lord have mercy. I look like Lucy in the wine cellar. Yeah, that's an ant. Years of mental and physical abuse doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It's how you're holding it. And you've allowed one thing to let it go. I am releasing years of mental and physical abuse. I'm releasing it now. And then I'm putting peace in place of it. I'm releasing years of the hurt or what. You got to do the work, baby. Moment by moment by moment. You got to do the work. But that's an ant. Okay? That's an ant. You just did. All right? So now you know. Get your exterminating tools. That's what you got to do. All right? Because ants lead to depression. Okay? They'll take you right into the hole of depression. Getting rid of negative thoughts. Yes, we are. Let me see what this says. My question: how do I overcome my past to walk into my future without doubt and fear? You're going to have doubt and fear. I'll walk anyway. How about that? Why do you think you shouldn't have doubt and fear? You should have doubt and fear because you're human. The question becomes, how do I build faith and trust? Not how do I live beyond doubt and fear? See, that's an and. See how you went to the negative thinking as opposed to the positive? How do I walk into my future with more faith and trust? That's the question. Not how do I walk into my future beyond doubt and fear? That's an and. Can you see what I'm saying to you? Did you all get that? Okay. How do you build faith and trust? Prayer, meditation, self-care. Listen to your voice. Listen to your voice. Get in touch with your voice. Become mindful. Stay in touch with your body. That little scan that we did. How many of us walk around every day doing everything that we need to do and never really stop to say, okay, can I feel my fingers? Okay, what's going on with my feet? Where does fear hit you? Where does trust hit you? Where does truth hit you? You got to know. And the way that you know is to take the time and do the work to get in touch with yourself. The spiritual warriors will tell you they had to do that every day. Another powerful tool for really building faith and trust in yourself and in your inner voice: bless your head every day. For no man can be blessed without the acceptance of his own head. I don't care what you do. If your mind, if your consciousness, if your head won't accept it, you're not going to get the blessing, the teaching, the lesson. You're going to be stuck in the anthill. Okay? So that's how you do that. Here we go. What else? I'm ready to love again. I'm also okay with being single. Often I reminisce about having a couple of forevers with someone special. Okay, what's the question? I believe I'm an initiator. I'm not a fan of tradition. What's the question? Is it okay to initiate any interest? Absolutely. Absolutely. She wants to know if she can initiate her interest in a partner, a man. She's talking about a man. Okay? Absolutely. When was the last? You know how you practice? Let me tell you how you practice. Because we live in this society where they say women aren't supposed to do that. So this is how you practice. Every man you see, just say good morning. That's it. Keep walking. Don't expect nothing. Good morning. How are you today? Good morning, sir. Hello. Wow, you look nice today. Every man you see, speak to him. Every single one. So that you get comfortable with just start there. Just start with a hello. Black, white, old, young, blind, crippled, crazy, 8 to 80. Every man that you see. Just say hi. Hello. Learn how to begin to be present with a man without needing anything else. And then take it to the next step. Hi. I'll walk right up to a man and say, are you single? I'll walk right up to him. I mean, do you not have a wife or a partner? Yeah, I ain't ashamed. All right. So start there. Start by just speaking to men. Don't sit around waiting for them. I speak to the UPS man, the FedEx man. I told y'all before, if you want to meet some men, go walk around Home Depot. Just go walk around the Home Depot. There's lots of men up in there. Okay. Most of them have wives because they didn't have tried to fix the fence or the radiator or something. Okay. How do I handle a controlling negative mother? Stop calling her controlling and negative. Start there. You just labeled her. That's an ant. Breaking the cycle that now your children are duplicating the negative behavior. Not the negative behavior. The children have inherited the ants. It's not negative behavior. Okay? It's what you knew how to do. And now that you're learning better, you'll do better. Okay? How about that? I guess it's a show, not speak. Because the more, okay, there's no question there. I don't have a question there. So I can't answer that. I don't know what to say. Santeria and Yoruba are part of the cultures of the majority of the people that live in Spanish Harlem. Okay, I posted, I don't know what are you asking me? And there is stuff in upstate New York that people, I don't know what that means. Is that a question? I posted information So instead of trying to hide something that a lot of people okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. How do you balance the information that's flowing from your heart with the information that's coming out of your mind at the same time? Sometimes there's a conflict. That's a good one. Yeah. That's where your meditation comes in to get the heart and the mind in balance. Yeah. And sometimes balancing your chakras. Yeah. Why does the corona make me feel alone? I don't know. Why does the corona make me feel alone? I don't know. Why does it? Why does that change anything? But anyway, let me get back to this question. Balancing the head and the heart, meditation. And if you don't know how to do it, go on YouTube, go on Facebook. Well, YouTube is really good. Thursday nights, 7:00, actually, same time as this. Ivy Hilton, Dr. Ivy Hilton has a sound spa. And she plays the crystal bowls, and that will get your head and heart into alignment. Also, on Saturday morning, Kevin, what is Kevin's name? I'm gonna go right in here and get it because he just sent me the thing. Kevin Green does Qigong. Qigong is another way to get the head and the heart and the body and the spirit all aligned. Let me give you his email address. Write this down, okay? Because he has Zoom classes on Saturday or Sunday, 7 to 8 for 8 weeks. That'll help you get your mind and your heart and your body and your spirit all in alignment. Qigong classes, okay? Let me give you his email address. It's LTHL Ministry. No, that's his ministry. Where is the email, Kevin Green? I don't see the email. lukumitemple@aol.com. LUKUMI temple at AOL.com. LUKUMITEMPLE@AOL.com. He does Qigong classes, and that'll help you balance the head and the heart. And then Ivy Hilton does Sound Spa, where she does a meditation with the crystal bowls every Thursday, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Dr. Ivy Hilton. You can subscribe. Ivy Hilton Sound Spa. Beautiful. Okay? I can't go tonight because I'm here with you. All right, here we go. I got one more question. Here we go. How do I develop the tools to work on breaking down the wall I've built to protect myself and open my heart? I have worked on forgiveness, accepting my parents who did the best. Okay, so I don't know what the wall is. The wall is probably ants. Identify the negative thinking. Identify the negative thinking. I don't know what the wall is. You say you built a wall to protect my heart. First of all, identify why you think you needed to be protected. From who, from what? Because if you've done the forgiveness and if you let the parents go, what are you protecting yourself from now? If not, it's an automatic negative thought, and that's an ant. So eliminate the ants and the heart will open up. That's what I'm thinking, okay? Here we go. I think I got time for one more. That's working on the wall. Please expound upon what it means as an adult daughter to honor parent, mother specifically. There is a long, interesting history. Honoring comes with much difficulty. Well, as a Chisleki native and a Lakota pipe carrier, to me, honor means to live the best of what they gave you. And even if that was how to fold a napkin, fold napkins. If that was how to be, kind, do that. To honor means to live the best of what they gave you. And if you don't think they gave you anything good, then live the best of what you gained, trying not to be like them. To honor, yeah. To honor means to live the best of what they gave you without judgment, without expectation. Yeah, to honor your mother. My mother died when I was 2, and you know how I honor my mother? By being the best woman I can be. All the things that she didn't live to teach me, I try to be the best at it. Yeah, I try to be the best mother I can be now that I know how to mother. Since I wasn't mothered, I didn't know how to mother. So I broke my kids. I can tell you that. I broke my children. Okay. Because I was a horrible mother, great provider, horrible mother. So, but the way now that I know better, the way I honor my mother and my mothers, the women who were in my life, was living the best of what they taught me. That's how I honor them. Okay? Yes. All right. We got one more question. And then we got to go because it's 8:58 and I'm going to be on time. Hello, sweet Miss Iyanla. Thank you. I find myself constantly explaining myself to people I love. And maybe even defending myself to them. I'd like to be able to sit in what is interaction is about and not feel so desperate to explain. How do I get myself focused and stay there during an emotionally intense conversation? Beautiful question. Beautiful question. That is beautiful. So it starts with you. It starts with you not only identifying the ants, and the ant you probably have are labels. Look for all the labels that you've placed on yourself and start eliminating those ants. And in the midst of those explanations that you're doing, start eliminating them. The other thing that you can do, and this is a rapid healing, okay? Announce what you do. Just announce it. I have a tendency to defend myself. So if in this conversation you find me defending myself, please let me know. If in this conversation it feels like I'm being defensive, let me know. You invite people into your healing process. They'll let you know. And then when they tell you, don't get defensive. How about that? Okay? All righty, here we go. Ants. Go back and write down the ants and begin to identify how you do what you do, when you do it, who triggers it, and eliminate those ants by just becoming aware of them, identify the feeling associated with them, refuse to engage them or actively release them, write down your life story, and start looking for the places that ants exist. What have you labeled? Where are you comparing? Where's your all or nothing? What are your predictions? Look at your past relationship. Identify the ants there and release them so you don't take your ant bed into the next relationship. You can look everywhere and identify the ants, the fact, what happened, the fiction, how you've embellished it, or the truth, what you can learn and grow and heal as a result of your experience. Okay? I have some gifts. I want to give away. And I'm going to do that before we get out of here. Okay? I have a gift because this is what time it is. And it's called Call a Thing a Thing. It's a t-shirt. Because that's what we got to do right now. First of all, are you registered to vote? Are you registered to vote? Have you checked your voter's registration? Do you know that you're on the roll? Because Baba John Lewis told us we got to vote like we've never voted before. Okay? I ain't telling you who to vote for. I'm just saying register to vote. All right? I'm doing a whole series on women and the role that they've played in voting. All right? So here's my gifts. If anybody is born on May 12th, that's Jamea's birthday, because I'm voting for Jamea. I'm voting for my daughter, Jamea. I'm voting for her memory. I'm voting for her legacy. If you were born on May 12th, I want to see your name. I want to see your name. I want to see you. May 12th is my birthday. And tell the truth. Okay, come on, May 12th. Anybody vote on May 12th? Born on May 12th. Let me see. If you're born on May 12th, I don't see a May 12th. Jamia, May 12th. Yeah, that was my Jamia. Anybody born on May 12th? Okay, nobody there. All right. Anybody born on March 26th? That was my mother's birthday. March 26th? I'm voting for my mother. Okay, Atria Williams, May 12th. Send me an email and send me your size. I'm going to send you a t-shirt. Okay, send me an email to iyanla@iyanla.com and I'm going to send you a t-shirt. Just send me your name, send me your size. All you have to put in the subject line is May 12th. Who's born on March 26th? Chalice, is that Chalice Glover? Chalice Glover, send me an email and your mom's size. All right, I'm gonna send her a Call a Thing t-shirt. All right. I would love the gift of a scholarship to the Spiritual Warrior workshop. Can't do the scholarship this time because it's self-study. Next time. Next time I do live, okay? I'm voting for my mother. Anybody born on November 10th? That's my grandmother, Rissy Harris. Shislaki native, born in South Carolina. Anybody born on November 10th? I'm voting for my grandmother who never got to vote. When my grandmother was born, it was illegal for Native Americans and Black people to vote. So when I go to the poll, I'm standing on her. Not November 5th, November 10th. There you go. Adida, Aadita. Send me an email and your size. November 10th. Okay? Anybody born on January 26th? That's my sister's date of birth. All of these women powerful in my life are now deceased. January 26th. That's my sister's birthday. I'm voting for my sister. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, okay. Who's January 26th? Anybody born on January 26th? Angelina, is your mom born on January 26th? So close, January 25th. No, my sister was January 26th. Too late, I got my November 10th already. January 26th, Chalice Glover. Oh, who's there? Who's that? Chalice Glover, are you January 26th? No, you November. I missed that one. January 12th. Just wanted to say my child's birthday is May. Okay. Charitia, Chaterria is January 26th. Send me an email with your size. Okay. I'm going to send you a Call a Thing t-shirt. I got another one that says I'm a nasty girl voting for Kamala. Anybody born on September 13th voting for Kamala? Anybody born on September 13th voting for Kamala? Anybody? I got a t-shirt for you. And September 13th is my birthday. How about that? September 13th is my birthday. Yeah. Oh, you're here to support. Okay. Anybody born on September 13th voting for Kamala? September 17th? Nope. September 13th. Anybody? September 13th? Voting for Kamala? Because I got a t-shirt that says, I'm a nasty girl voting for Kamala. You want to call her nasty? I'm nasty too. Okay, how about that? Yeah, come on. September 13th is my mother. Not your mother ain't here. Where are you? If you're born on September 13th, Caden Finch. All right, send me an email and your size, and I'm going to send you a t-shirt, okay? Yay, thank you for coming to the spa. First Thursday of every month. I'll be back here next month, October. The closer that we get to Election Day, we're going to do this work. Please dig up your ants. Work on your ants. Exterminate your ants, okay? Has anybody told you they love you today? I love you even though I got lipstick on my teeth. I ain't got it all. Deep bow. Deep bow of love and respect. Identify your ants. And I'll see you next month, okay? Don't forget, send me, if you're on one of those days, send me your name and your size, and I'm going to send you a t-shirt, all right? Bye.